I mean, you're always happy when your kids play well, right? Audubon is a great program. For the last, I don't know how many years, almost every year they're, quarterfinalists or they're making the dome. And so, we have a team that we think can be pretty good. And in order to be that team, you have to play teams like Audubon, right? You can't play the lower level teams and get a measuring stick. And I have the most respect for Coach Burks. I got to know him a couple years ago. He's been very forthcoming with, helping me, and I'm super appreciative to him, and got to know him a little bit. And we kind of just said last year, we have a team in our district that might not have a team. I said, well, why don't we play week 0? And he's like, yeah, we'll be breaking in a lot of new kids. It'll be good for us. And, it's, and like I said earlier, ton of respect for Audubon. He's done it with, the Gavin Smiths, and then he's done it without those kind of guys. He's a great coach, and for us to, get a chance to play a competitive program like that, we're super excited about it.
You guys were down at half 24-22 and really just controlled the third quarter. What was the big difference?
We just kind of talked about we got to be more physical in the run game. We've got to be able to come out and just kind of push around. And number 60 and 53, I think Larson and Nielsen are their names. Those are two really good kids. The linebacker 53, he's probably as good as we'll see all year. Just physically, he moves really well. So we had to keep eyes on where he was at, and then they were flipping 60 back and forth, and so we heard, kind of a little chess match between the two. And when we got to the point where we could find out where they were going and go the other way, and we were having some success against them. So, to come out from the third quarter, I think we went on like a 6-minute drive, 6-minute drive, and punch one in there at the beginning. That's pretty good. That's the statement we wanted, that we're still in this fight. And teams that we've had in the past haven't always showed that resiliency. So we got a group right now that's has that stuff, so we're pretty excited about it.
Your defense was pretty stout most of the game, and especially in the second half. I think they'd only run like 8 plays until midway through the fourth. What did you think were some good things you did on defense? We really rallied well to the ball. We tackled really well, except for that one play where Olsen got loose. They ran maybe number 4. They got loose. They ran a speed option. We have 4 guys get hands on him, and then he cuts it back all the way, and he ends up, with a touchdown. So, we've got that's been kind of the bane of our existence, is missed tackles, just like every high school team. But I thought other than that play, we tackled really well. And that, when you tackle well, good things are going to happen for you.
I thought there at the end, Cam was able to explode, and I thought that what led to that was you were able to spread it around there the second and third.
Mm-hmm.
You've got different guys in different positions. People line up under center. How much is this new offense going to kind of free up what you can do a little bit?
Yeah, well, and see, Cam doesn't have to. Last year, he would think too much, right? We had him at quarterback, and he had to make a lot of decisions, and you could tell decision fatigue was a real thing with him. And this year we put him in the backfield, and we let him just be an athlete, and we're able to let Abram get some carries. And Eli Miller, what a great job Eli did for us, and Cole Milks, all those guys carrying the ball, and it made it so, Cam's probably going to get the majority of the touches, but we can keep you off balance just enough with some of those other guys where we can open that back up, right? We can run to open another run. So there's definitely some things we need to work on, but as far as, I think we only had maybe 2, maybe 3 negative rushes, right? And so, when you have that as a stat line, that's pretty positive. Obviously, negative rushes and being positive.
Of course, makes sense.
Penalties can happen in these early season games, but I'm sure you had more than you would have liked to have seen. What are you going to maybe try to do to remedy that?
I mean, it just comes down to focus, right? I think both teams were getting tired towards the end. That's where you got some block in the backs, you got some holds. You had some of those things. I thought for the most part it was pretty clean. Our quarterback didn't wait long enough for our guys to get set, so we got 2 of those, a couple of those motion penalties. But I don't think Audubon had more than probably 3 or 4 penalties. They're well coached and disciplined, and that's something that we've got to work on, because when you think about it, first or second down, you get one of those penalties, you get behind the chains, it's tough to keep that drive moving.
How cool is it, or even surreal, that we're sitting in a place where they have this 8-man showcase, and Waco and WMU are both there, and the teams in the area just thought, it seems like every game this year is going to be pretty darn important. How cool is it for football in the area that a couple of teams like you guys are able to come out?
I think it's just great for 8-man football in general, right? I saw the suits here from the state. They were standing down here, and hopefully this opens up where they can see, we got four teams, 4 communities that are down here. What a great afternoon. Martinsdale's a great facility, and they can see that, maybe 8-man is pretty important. It's important to our rural schools and we got to pay attention to what goes on and what's important to those guys too. And ultimately that's what about what a great experience for our kids, great experience for our community, and hopefully it helps propel our 8-man game in the state of Iowa.
Sure, you guys, with what you had coming back from last year, pretty excited for a big season ahead. What did today's performance do to maybe impact how your excitement level?
I think today just proved that we have the potential, right? I mean, you can't bank on anything, right? But we have the potential to be a pretty solid team, but you've got to put it together for 4 quarters. Our conditioning wasn't great, so I'm not going to, you can't turn around and just run the kids, but it's something that we got to pay attention to. But, the ceiling is high, but a lot of things we got to stay injury free. Ball's got to bounce our way a couple times, but, we're excited about what we have, but, we understand you got to be grateful for whatever you have at that moment.
That's all I got.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck the rest of the year.